Banned books tonight. Tonight's book is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. Though it was never banned or challenged, The Wind in the Willows certainly is controversial. The book started as some bedtime stories Grahame would tell his son Alistair about a group of friends: mole, rat, otter, toad, and badger. The Wind in the Willows has been loved by generations, though he did not have a literary career most of his life. The St. James Gazette and Yellow Book published articles of Grahame's. He also published stories, sketches, and essays as the Pagan Papers in 1893, The Golden Age in 1895, and Dream Days in 1898. Despite not having any form of higher education, Grahame won the Lewis Carroll Shelf Award twice. Praise is common for The Wind in the Willows, so we interviewed an expert on criticism for the book. Professor, what is your favorite praise for The Wind in the Willows? Well, the New York Times Saturday Review said that it simply doesn't to be one of those dog-ear volumes which one laughs over and loves. Did others say the same? In fact, R.J. Dingley and Roger Sale have both raved about Grahame's amazing writing ability. What is the most common theory for Grahame's success with The Wind in the Willows? He seemed to really understand children and how their minds and imaginations work. Talk about inner child. He makes his characters adults so that they can do whatever they want, but they have imaginations like children, so that they can have adventures that kids can relate to and wish they could go on. Thank you, Professor. Most agree with these comments expressed by the professor, but not everybody. I interviewed a local feminist activist to hear her view. What are your problems with The Wind in the Willows?
It's demeaning towards women. Some of the comments made by the main character show foul language toward women, and they mention demeaning treatment of women without any qualms. And these are the heroes. They are supposed to be doing the right thing, and the little children reading The Wind in the Willows will assume that since the main characters are doing it, it's okay. This isn't the message we want young kids to get.
We have provided a dramatic reenactment.
So you're a washerwoman too?
Yeah.
Do you have any helpers?
Nope. Those girls are worthless. The Wind in the Willows was published over 100 years ago. Might this sexist view just be a sign of the times?
Maybe, but nevertheless, it was never acceptable behavior, morally speaking. So just saying that sexist comments are a sign of the times doesn't make them okay. We're afraid that these kids will start using these words in everyday life. No, I don't want any medicine, you...
Will you keep your children from reading this book?
Definitely.
Thank you for your time. These comments were very interesting, so we researched what Grahame himself thought. He said that the reason he chose to use animals instead of humans as his characters was so that he could avoid adult issues like sexism. Though The Wind in the Willows was never officially banned, the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act of 2008 banned some editions of the book. The act says that nothing could be made for children with a lead content above 600 parts per million. Before 1985, many children's books were published with lead ink and paint. Since The Wind in the Willows was published in 1908, early editions of the book were removed. We have formed our own opinions why parents might have a problem with their children reading The Wind in the Willows. The first reason is language. There are a few comments here and there throughout the book that use bad words in them. For illustrational purposes, we have put together a dramatic reenactment of such a scene. Let me roll. No, you don't know how and you'll tip us over. Please. No. Please go. Oh, come on. Ow. 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 Mole, you silly. Another reason is that some parents might believe that Grahame supports criminals and encourages criminal behavior. One of the main characters, Toad, has an obsession with cars, and as a product of that, he steals a car. Because he hates it in jail, Toad escapes and runs back home. On his way home, Toad lies, steals, and takes advantage of people. While he does get punished for stealing a car, he is never punished for breaking out of jail. Toad shows children that it's okay to break the law as long as you can escape from jail and get away with it. The third reason also has to do with Toad. Toad exhibits terrible behavior throughout the book and always is more concerned with the end result of what he wants than the means to get there. He will do whatever it takes and doesn't care who he steps on in the process. Toad is never punished for behaving this way, and children might think that they can do the same. The last reason is the same reason that the feminists we interviewed gave. Some parents who feel strongly about feminism might not want their children to read The Wind in the Willows. Given all these possible problems with The Wind in the Willows, Leo devised a simple plan for parents. Because The Wind in the Willows was written for children, childhood is the best time for a person to read it. We suggest that parents read the story aloud to their children. This would allow them to edit out any comments or language they find inappropriate. We hope that you have enjoyed your time with banned books tonight. Happy banned reading!